video here. Probably not under the best circumstances because I'm pretty upset right now. This is kind of my introduction to you guys, and not exactly ideal. But yeah, it's what I'm dealing with now. So some background on me. I'm a single father. I'm 39 years old. I have a almost 9-year-old son from my first serious relationship. His mother and I did not marry. We split when he was about 6 months old. I live in the Bay Area of California, up in Sonoma County. She moved right away to the East Bay, Concord, California. And I have been basically dealing with the drive with custody exchanges for the better part of 8 years. It's been very, very draining emotionally, and even just costs a lot of money with the fuel and miles it puts on my truck, none of which matter to me at all. The one thing that really pisses me off is just that my son has spent, the conservative estimate I did with some math, going back and forth twice a week for the last 8 years. He spent about 3.5 months of his life just in a car, driving back and forth. I have a big issue with that, a really big issue. It's also kept him from being enrolled in sports, because I was relegated to weekends. So it's affected his ability to have friends, regular friends in both places, and it's just been really, really terrible to deal with. I'd hoped eventually his mother would realize, the strain that it puts on everyone. She has children too. She's since remarried. She has 2 daughters. They spend a lot of the time in the car too. Apparently, it doesn't matter to her. I don't get it. I don't. So, I also have another child. He's almost 5 years old. His mother and I were together for about 3 years. Kind of an up and down relationship. I honestly thought, though, that I would be together with her for the rest of my life. That's kind of how I saw things. Didn't end up happening. I share custody of him too, but in a weird turn of events, the same judge who gave me 50-50 legal, physical with my oldest son gave me only joint physical with my youngest. His mom is very attractive, and she's smart, and she's good at manipulating things, and she used to be a paralegal, and her mom is a paralegal, and she has the experience, and she knows how to play the system, so she kind of got her way there. That's a whole nother issue. But the reason why I'm upset right now, and as you can tell, I was doing a little bit of crying, which I don't like to admit. Not because there's anything wrong with showing emotion, but just, I guess I feel like when I get to that point, I'm almost at a defeated point, and I don't really like to admit that to myself. It's not the case. I'm just really, really stressed, and that's a stress reliever sometimes. So with distance learning, things have been really challenging. We didn't do anything. His mom decided recently that they were going to move from Concord out to Brentwood, which is on the map it's about 15 minutes away, but it's on Highway 4, which turns into a literal parking lot during commute times, both in the morning and in the afternoon. And sometimes it can take 3.5 hours to get out there. That's just one way. she got that granted with an emergency order. I didn't fight it at the time just because things were so up in the air and I didn't really have a plan for him for schooling up in Sonoma County. I do now, and I would have came up with something. But anyhow, the order got granted. He started distance learning in Brentwood. When she said she's going to move out there, she assured me that we would continue to meet in the same meeting places. It wouldn't add any extra drive time towards me or for me, which I, again, tried to explain to her that I didn't worry about how much time I spent in the car. It was how much time my kids were spending in the car. And my youngest, from the next relationship I had, he comes with me a lot of the time. Obviously, he wants to see his brother, and so he ends up getting stuck in the car a lot too. Anyhow, today, actually no, let's start with last night. Last night, my oldest son's mom asked me to come pick him up from Brentwood after school. I said no. So I didn't want to do that. I didn't have plans to do that. And she asked, well, don't you want him today? I said yes, but I want him at our normal meeting spot at our normal time. She then said that she was leaving for Southern California with her daughters and that her mom was going to be taking Colton to see me then, and that she would have to drive her car. Her mom would have to drive her own car. Normally her mom's driving the minivan. So that was a little weird. I said, well, what's wrong with your mom's car? It's dangerous. I don't want you putting my son in a car if you think it's dangerous. And she responded that no, it's not quote unquote dangerous, but that she would feel a lot better with Colton in the van or in my truck. I mean, I guess you could argue that a van and a big lifted truck are probably safer to be in than a car. I get that. I would give her the benefit of the doubt, like if I didn't know her already. So that was that. Made plans to meet her mom at 2:30. Our exchange spot is in Novato, California, and around 11 or so, her mom texted me and said, hey, we're going to be done at 12. Would you like to meet earlier? And I said, yeah, that'd be great. 1:30, Lakeville? Okay. About 12:40, I get a text from her mom that her car battery is dead and that she's called AAA and she doesn't know when they're going to be there to charge her battery. At that point, I am already on my way down to the exchange spot. I had left a little early. I was going to stop and get a burrito or something, eat some food. I'm starving. And ended up on the phone with her and just drove by all the places that I thought I might stop and get food. So after going back and forth with her and expressing my frustration with the situation and asking her why this keeps on happening, why moving even farther away was good for Colton or any of the kids involved, my other son, her daughters, and probably took it out too much on her mom. I feel bad about yelling, but it also seems like a lot of bullshit. Jessica did not want me, or did not want Colton in her mom's car yesterday, saying that any other option was better, and now today her mom's car is dead, sitting in the driveway. So, because I'm dad, I want nothing more than to see my son, spend time with him. His younger brother can't wait to get done with school so that he can see him. I miss my son, so of course I'm on my way out to Brentwood, and I'm driving at least an hour past where I should have to get my son. On the way there, it's going to be an extra hour on the way back. I will probably spend 4 hours in the truck today, if not 4.5, depending on traffic. I don't understand it. responsible person or mother. It sounds like she knew something was going on with her mom's car, and if that was the case, why would she leave my son to be in a situation where it sounds like she had an idea that something wrong could happen? Why wouldn't she make sure that the exchange happened? I mean, she's the one legally responsible to bring me my son at the exchanges. Seems lazy, seems like she doesn't care. And it creates more work for me. It's more money out of my pocket and gas. It's more wear and tear on my truck. It's more time away from doing the things I need to do, the responsibilities I have. Should also mention that this woman hasn't worked in over 9 years. She's a stay-at-home mom. Yeah, we all know about those. She stays at home and continues to get unhealthy, and from what my son tells me, stays in her room most of the day watching TV. Her mother does live with her and helps her with the kids, so I don't know too many stay-at-home moms who, if that's their job, need the help of another person, but that's my opinion, I guess. What really makes me mad is that she doesn't have the foresight, maturity, and the responsibility to make sure that this happens. When you're going to leave town and you put this responsibility of the exchange on your mother, and you lead me to believe you feel like her car is either not safe or not reliable, but just go ahead and rely on that for your son on freeways. I lost a lot of respect for her over the years, but today was one of those days where I lost more respect for her. And I don't care about the impact on myself. I don't particularly like sitting in the truck for 4 hours when I don't need to. But at the end of the day, I would do anything for my kids. I would spend any amount of money I had to. I would drive anywhere I had to. I would walk barefoot, up a gravel trail if I had to, or whatever it took for my kids is the point that I would do it. So I'm out here doing this, and it's frustrating. And earlier I did lose it, and I did kind of break down, and I guess one of the things that I've thought a lot about while I've been dealing with this with two different women and two different situations, that have sort of overlapped, and I'll get into that in later episodes, but is that I see how some men get broken. I see how the system breaks them. I see how these women break them, and I understand. I would never leave my kids' lives. I would never remove myself from my kids' lives, but I understand how some men get to their breaking point and the only thing they can do is leave. Having someone actively trying to hurt you and hurt your life, do things to try and affect your life in negative ways is hard to deal with. If that's happening every day, it's draining. In my my situation, it's two women doing it practically every day. But yeah, it's all the men out there in similar situations who because maybe they don't have the financial resources to seek, proper legal representation, and they don't get to be in their kids' lives like they deserve to be. I just want to tell you that you're not forgotten. You're not cast out like you feel. There's a lot of us out here who are going through the same things, and I think that we could lean on each other, and I think that we could support each other, and I think that we can move away from some of these stereotypes and ideas that men aren't caring and nurturing, and that children are, usually always better off with the mom. I think that's some bullshit that we need to clear up. 9 know some amazing men out there who are amazing fathers. I know some amazing women who are amazing mothers too. But I don't see women suffering and having to sacrifice like a single father does. And I just want to let the rest of you guys know that you're not alone. Days get dark, but those little lives, or that little life that you're fighting for, that to be involved with, to know, to be dad, to be involved in the schooling, the whatever it is that you're trying to do, you got brothers out here who support you. You have people who understand your struggle, who know you're a good person, who know you just want to be in your kids' lives. And don't give up. No matter how dark it gets, no matter how hard things are, don't give up. When someone tries to break you, and you reach down deep inside for whatever it is that gives you that motivation to not be broken, to not let someone have that power over you, you grow. You get stronger, you can become better. You're a better person for yourself, and you're a better person for your children. The woman, whoever it is responsible for trying to take that away from you, for trying to think that that's not who you are, they're wrong. And sadly, one day your children will see that, and they'll love you even more. And you might not get the satisfaction you want right now. You might not be in their lives as much as you want to be right now. But just know, you doing the right thing, you fighting for them, you continuing to be a good man, a good father, that matters. And that's more important for your kids to see than damn near anything. Because if they see one of their parents really struggling, yet not give up hope, yet always try and always stay positive, always giving them love no matter what, you're going to end up with some really awesome people. And like I said, it might not be the satisfaction you want now, but you'll get it. And those kids, those babies, they're going to love you that much more. They're going to appreciate you that much more. And hopefully when you're old, they'll take care of you. You know, maybe change your diapers, or God forbid, something like that. But I was just really upset today, and I wanted to let everybody else know who feels like this, that you're not alone, and stay strong. If you need to talk or anything, get in touch with me. I'm here, and I think creating a community of strong fathers who are confident and who want to be in their kids' lives, I think it's a great thing. Anyway, you all have a blessed day. Give your loved ones a hug and a kiss. Take a deep breath. Distance learning is really hard. It's difficult. It's frustrating. But your kids are counting on you to be strong, as always. And yeah, just have a blessed day. Take care of those babies, and I'll talk to you all later.